You know, when most Canadians wake up on September 21st, 2021, they're going to say, well, are you sure we had an election last night? Because according to results that were presented, especially in the first 4 hours of the polls being closed, or floating polls across Canada, is pretty well the same. Now, as of this, not say writing, but this presentation, Liberals have 153, Conservatives have 121, pretty well tied the popular vote. Bloc Québécois has about 30, New Democrats have 30, and the Greens, who lost a seat in the Frankton when Atwin jumped to the Liberals, she lost her seat there, looks like it, they only have 2. So as it stands right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the third government, or third term, for Justin Trudeau. According to people in Alberta, Saskatchewan, and some parts of the Maritimes, and some parts of western BC, like near the Saskatchewan Alberta borders, he shouldn't be the Prime Minister of Canada if he doesn't have a seat in those regions. Now, the NDP showed strong in central Canada, up north, but why the Liberals won, of course, is the major centres, Montreal, Vancouver, Toronto. The Conservatives did well in Quebec City, but the thing is, there's a divide, of course, that the most Canadians in the big cities want a Liberal government, while rural Canada wants a more centrist or right-wing representative. I'll give an example in New Brunswick. It's almost broke down like it did on a provincial election. Most of northern New Brunswick and the Francophone centres went Liberal, while the straight-lace right-wing or centre right-wing regions, especially like in my reading Etobicoke, went Conservative. Now, on the big Liberal side, he won by 10,000, Conservatives won by 10,000. So it's a push election, and I mean, I'm not going to go deep in this, but Maxime Bernier getting 5%, I thought he was going to get 8 or 9%, I'm surprised. He's only clocking around 5. Now, the Green Party, obviously, with Annemie Paul, devastating drop in numbers. I think they're going to probably trend no more than 2.5 or 3%. The New Democrat, who were trending at 20, ended up they're going to end up probably around 17, and the Bloc was a little bit higher than expected at 8%. But what I find quite interesting here is that there's no feeling for this election. Usually Canadians are extremely dedicated to election coverage, and they're going, hey, you know, COVID is scaring a lot of people. But I think the 3 main issues as it occurred right now, the people that are out that don't believe that COVID is really should be taken that seriously, they voted the way they vote, but the people that want to basically be careful with COVID, not to have a 5th wave, which is always possible, voted for the Liberal or existing government, which is kind of bizarre here, because most of the provincial votes we had during COVID went Conservative, like in, you know, the upset Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, where Blaine Higgs got an expanded majority. Now, I've covered every election involving New Brunswick since 1983, and all I can say, minority governments are like kissing a pig. Obviously, you got to wait for the pig to die to get what really needed from the pig. But as it stands right now, we'll probably go back to the polls, probably spring 2023, and that gives an opportunity to see if Erin O'Toole is going to be allowed to stay. Annemie Paul might depart. Jagmeet Singh is probably going to stay, just like Ed Broadbent did. The only way to get rid of him, probably is going to quit. But there's some people who feel maybe Justin Trudeau, with the 4th term, will be his last. We have you know, some strong leadership within the Liberal Party. He needs stronger a cabinet to really push him to do better as a Liberal leader. But as it stands right now, there is no change. We probably spent what, $500 million in this election. And, you know, other than a few changes, the same people that won last time won again. Like Yvonne Godin Batters, he won 6 or 7 campaigns and was every 2 or 3 years. Stephen Harper, I don't know, ran so many times to get a majority, but I don't think Trudeau thought he was going to win a majority. He just won to have a promise extra 2 years, in my personal opinion. And most Canadian minority governments don't last anymore 2 years. And by the way, anybody from states listening to this, yes, we had 6 parties running. So, go figure. That's true democracy. We can't get along, so we vote for whoever we want. 2-party system doesn't work because why just get Coke and Pepsi? Here tonight we had Sprite, we had Fresca, we had RC Cola. Canadian elections are like anything that Americans will ever understand, because we don't understand it, so how do you expect you guys to understand it? Thanks for listening. Bye.